and off-road enthusiasts. For 30 years, we have been lighting up the night. We are Baja Designs, the scientists of lighting.
Stacy Clark here, owner and general manager of Unlimited RV. As racers, we know how important time is. Not bad, kid. 5 seconds faster. As racers, we know how important reliability is. At Unlimited RV, we have lifetime warranty, so you know we've got you covered. At Unlimited RV, we offer nationwide free shipping, so you don't have to waste your time getting into the RV or motorhome for your next big adventure.
Your locally owned Bill Alexander Ford has the vehicles you want. F-Series, Bronco, Expedition, Edge, Explorer, Escape, and Ranger. And try our mobile service for light maintenance. We will come to you. For a difference you can count on, visit us in person or go to BillAlexanderFord.com.
It's pretty simple. You want to win races, put KMCs on your truck.
3, 2, 1, yeah! Here we go, the first 2 cars heading off the line right now. Now we have a marker coming to the finish line.
Sure, everything's made of something, but time and sweat is what puts it together. And it's that relentless application of effort against the clock that created everything around us. The BF Goodrich HD Terrain Tire is engineered to tackle the extreme situations heavy-duty trucks are met with head-on, because downtime can't exist when there's a job to do. Time isn't something to marvel at. It's something to be seized. It's a tool we put firmly in your hands. BF Goodrich, what are you building for?
Over 25 years of off-road racing dominance. Proprietary patented race technology. Proudly made in the USA. Unparalleled customer service and support. The choice of champions. King Shocks, the leader in off-road shock technology.
All right, guys, welcome back. We are here for another update. It is now 6 o'clock. That means it's time for your next Fishgistics update here. All of your KMC Fishgistics updates of the SCORE Baja 500 today, brought to you guys by F&L Fuel all day long. You guys ready for a finish? We have our first finisher just around the corner. You can see Bryce Menzies right here. He is just about to hit the timed finish. The timed finish is just right over here in this corner right here. So all he's got to do is make it around this little section on the road, and then he will be your first finisher over here. So pretty good race today. Not super close. This race is actually one of the most spread out races that I remember seeing in a while in a lot of these classes. Previously, the last few races for the last couple of years, we've had really close racing. And honestly, this race today, it wasn't close. These front guys kind of checked out. We had a few guys fall back, and then there wasn't much going on. I mean, Bryce got in the lead, and he pretty much stayed there all day. He didn't even have much pressure behind him. He had a little bit of pressure from the 87, Mike Walser, you can see right here. The 87, that's going to be your second place car, but he's currently 17 minutes behind him. And he started 10 minutes back, so that means Bryce is going to win by about 7 minutes unofficially or so. So 7-minute gap between first and second is one of the bigger gaps that I've seen in a long time, especially the Baja 500. I mean, we've had literally seconds come down to first and second and third place at the Baja 500 the last few years. So congratulations to Bryce Menzies. He's just about to cross the time finish. And then they'll parade him down into town, and then you guys will be able to see him up on the podium with SCORE, and you'll hear him do a finish line interview there with them. So that's what's going on here. It's the number 7, just about at the time finish. We got the 87 coming into town in the speed zone. That's going to be 1 and 2. And then we have the 43, good old Larry Rossler, Mr. Baja. He's going to be 3rd. And, you know, Larry, he drove the whole thing himself. Bryce drove the whole thing himself. Mike Walser drove the first half, and then Ray Griffith got in the 87 and drove the second half. So 2 of the top 3 guys soloed it. 1 truck had a driver change. And then in 4th place, actually, look at who we got down here. Let me just check this. No. So the 69 might be in here somewhere. We got to keep an eye on the 69 because their tracker hasn't been working. So I don't know if they're still moving. If they are, they might be around here somewhere. But Luke McMillan was leading most of the day until the summit, and then he had a steering issue on the summit, and he dropped back way back. They were able to fix it. He lost like 20 minutes, and then look at, he's all the way back up to 4th place. So pretty cool to see Luke McMillan stick with it. He almost got a podium out of this, even after having some major steering issues that he was down for 20 minutes. So anytime you can lose 20 minutes and still almost get on the podium and get a 4th place finish, looks like a 4th, maybe a 5th, depending on where the 69 is. Like I said, that's a pretty good day. You know, you always got to stick with it. In desert racing, you never know. Steve Olagus in the 51 is right here. And Bryce Menzies did just cross the timed finish. So Bryce Menzies is across the finish line. And it looks like Bryce Menzies is going to be your unofficial winner. I'm calling it right now. Bryce Menzies is your unofficial winner of the 2023 Baja 500. So congrats to Bryce Menzies, the whole Menzies Motorsports crew, and everybody. They had pretty much a flawless day, really. I mean, they didn't even have to turn it up at the end. They had no pressure behind them. So all they did was they cruised around. They had 1 flat tire early that I know of. I don't know if they've had any since then. I didn't hear, but I know they had 1 flat for sure. Other than that, it seems like they just kind of cruised around today, literally, and just did their job. Everybody did their job. They had a couple really smooth, fast pit stops that definitely helped. And then we have Roberto Romo. This is pretty cool. So Junior said he was driving the whole thing solo. So pretty cool there for the 33 to have a good run. They're going to be top 5 maybe, top 5 or 6. The 51, Steve Olagus with Justin Lofton driving. Same with them, top 6 or 7. So good day for them. And then we have Jason McNeil here. He's been hauling the mail all day. He's your lead spec truck. He's still the lead spec truck. Nobody's really too close on time. We got EJ Herbst back here showing in second now. There could be a tracker or two that's not working in here, so we'll have to wait and see the final results. But it does look like Jason McNeil is kind of cruising to a pretty good lead all day here. Dan McMillan and Josh Daniel in the 23. They've been stopped a couple times this second half after the crossover trail. So I'm not sure what happened. I know earlier they had some steering issues. They twisted a sector shaft on the truck. So I don't know if they had more issues with that sometime later in the race or not. But that's what's going on with the 23. Then EJ Herbst right there, we said. Oh, here's the 69. See, they just popped up 9 minutes ago. So they're probably going to be somewhere right up in here, probably would be my guess, somewhere in this little corner here. So that's what's going on with the 69. Like we said, Luke is in 4th place, so all the way back to 4th. 219, Thor Herbst, Clay Lawrence back here. The 1L, so the 1L we also have to keep an eye on. 42 minutes, it has not worked. So the 1L could be around 4th, 5th place on time. So, okay, we just got an update from Robert Mason. The 1L is right behind Luke. So the 1L is going to beat Luke on time, most likely, because they started a ways back and they're right behind him right now. So it looks like the 1L is probably going to be 4th overall, And then right in front of them, you know, in class Luke will be 4th, but Luke will probably be 5th overall, is my guess, when they get to the finish. Now, one of these spec trucks could sneak into the top 5 to 8-ish also overall on time. So we're going to have to wait till Jason McNeil finishes and see what his time is, because they started pretty far back. Remember, they start all the way behind all the trophy trucks. They start behind the Legends. They start behind the Class 1s. And there's a gap between the trophy trucks and the Class 1s also. They put either a 3-minute or a 5-minute gap. So Jason McNeil could finish very high in the overall, could even sneak into maybe a 5th place overall. We'll have to wait and see the times at the end of the day. So we'll see. All right. So that's what's going on there. And yeah, I'm gonna watch for SCORE to go up on the feed. As soon as I see SCORE pull up Bryce on the interview screen, I'm going to end my stream for this update, and I'm going to let you guys tune into the SCORE feed so you can hear the finish line interviews. So I'm watching that right now. So if I see that pop up, or you guys can yell at me at the chat, and then I'll shut up and turn off, and you guys can go listen to them. And then I'll come back on next hour. We'll come back on at 7. Obviously, Jason McNeil is not going to finish this hour, so we'll come back on for at least another update or two and keep you guys posted on the spec class. So before we sign off, let's go look at some of the UTV classes, because these were a really good race when we've been checking throughout the day today. So if we go to the UTV Open class and we go try to find the leader. So Brock Heger, he's just pulling out front. He's been out front for a while. He's extending his lead. So the 1896 is out front. 1869, Justin Lambert in 2nd. Then we have Brandon Sims and Kristen Matlock actually battling it out for 3rd there. So 3rd and 4th. Then Wayne Matlock is going to be next, followed by 1876, Mike Caffro, and then Josh Rowe in 1859. So that's your top UTV Opens. Now let's go look at the Force Induction, who watch. They're going to be right with these guys. So Force Induction, a little bit behind them. Okay, so we have PJ Jones right here now leading, and we have Phil Blurton here. Where did AJ Jones go? Or Austin Jones right here. He dropped back a little ways. Didn't that say AJ earlier? I swear it did. Now it says Austin Jones. So Austin Jones, 29.85. He dropped all the way back to 4th. He was the leader last time we checked, so something happened there. You can see Jason Murray has got around him, and then Matt Burrows is also catching up to him. So definitely something happened there to Austin Jones. He's still going, but he definitely lost some time because he was the leader the last hour that we checked on him. I remember that. So that's Pro UTVs. Trophy truck spec, some of you guys are asking, so here, we'll go back up and show you. So we have Jason McNeil first, like we said. EJ Herbst is showing as 2nd. Thor Herbst is 3rd. Then we have Justin Davis. Who else do we have? Elijah Kiger and Ryan Hancock, all right on each other. Look at that. Within like a half a mile of each other, you got these 3 trucks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's your top 6. Then you got the 244, the 207 Mason Cullen, and 282 Brent Fox. So lots of spec trucks stacked up together right here. This is going to be an interesting finish on time. Jason McNeil's got a pretty good lead. I don't think anybody's close enough on time to challenge him, but we'll have to wait and see. He's still got a little ways to go too, but it's looking pretty good for Jason McNeil as of right now. In Class 1, there was nobody even close anymore to the 168. Cody Reed. 153 is on a trailer. They're on the highway. So bummer for the Wilsons. They lost all the gears, it sounded like, in the transmission, the forward gears. So they're on the trailer. But the 168 just has to cruise to the finish. That's all they got to do. There's absolutely no pressure. The next Class 1 car is all the way, look, these are Class 10 cars. Way down here, Damon Jeffries, literally like, what is that, 50 miles? Over 50-mile lead they have right now. So Damon Jeffries in 2nd in Class 1, and then there's nobody else even behind him, even close in 3rd. 10 cars. The 1091 is your leader right here, followed by the 1077 Dale Eberts, the 1014 Bruce Yee, and then the 1079 Manilo Diaz. So that's your top 4 in Class 10. They come back, and then there's another group. You got 5, 6, 7 right here. So you got Justin Buckley, Stan Potter, Carlos, and Carlos. Same order pretty much down there that we've been seeing most of the day. So that's a look at 1 and 10. Let's go look at try and run down everybody before Bryce gets on the stage here so we can listen to what Bryce has to say. Class 1600. So 1600 is over here. We have the 1685 first, 1625 second, 1644 third, and the 1606 fourth, 1681 fifth. So that is your top 5 right there. So let's look at your top 5 in the 1600s. Let's go look at the Class 11s. Bryce is still not at the stage. Don't worry, you're not missing anything. All right, Class 11s. We have 1105 way out in front. One of the only cars moving. The 1111 is moving, but they're a ways back. So the 1105, 1111, and then 1143, Eric Brandt is going to be third. So 1, 2, 3. That's 1, 2, 3 right there in Class 11. That's a look at your Class 11. So we got 3 that are moving. That's good. Our best bet I want to finish right now in time is 11:05. The 11:11 probably can too. It's got a big time limit here. I actually forget what the time limit is, but it's pretty big at this race. So they got a ways to go. And let's check on one more class. We're going to get a check on the Class 5 cars real quick because there's 3 of them. And we had a pretty good battle going at the lead. Look at this. So Class 5, Eli Yee and Mike Sullivan right on top of each other 300 miles into the race. So there's only 3 of them, but they're right on top of each other. So pretty cool if you're in Class 5, if you're in one of those 2 cars. At least you got a race. There's only 3 of you guys in class, but it's good if you're in one of the first 2. So that's exciting to see. All right, so we have the Terrible Herps feed that's been up most of the day. So that was pretty cool. Big thanks to them once again. They're down at the start-finish now, you can see. And then the SCORE feed is also up, and they're going to do interviews in a little bit. So I'm going to sign off for now. I'll come back. We'll do another update at 7. I'll give you guys the Trophy Truck Spec winner, and we'll have a little bit of times probably from Bryce in second place and everything, all right? So Bryce Menzies is your unofficial winner. He is finished. You can see he's almost down to town. That means he's going to be up on stage in a minute, and we're going to get Rat to interview him over on the SCORE feed. So go over to SCORE's website or social media or YouTube. Go to their YouTube. That's where I've been watching it all day. And turn that on. And then Mike Walser, he's going to be coming in second. And then in third is going to be Larry Rossler. Fourth is going to be Luke. And then the 1L is going to be right here behind him, just not tracking. And then it's going to be Steve Olagus with Justin Lofton in there. So that's a look at your top finishers that are past Ojos right now. And then we'll catch you up with everybody else when we come back at 7, okay? Somebody says, what happened to 70? They were changing a drive shaft, we heard. So something about number 70, they like eating up drive shafts. They ate up a bunch in the Herbst truck, and now they're eating up one in the Mason. So I don't know what's going on there. Something kind of weird with the 70. But we heard they were changing a drive shaft. I have not confirmed that. That was the rumor about the 70. So hopefully they can just get it changed and then keep going. All right? All right, well, I'm going to turn it over. Let's go over to the SCORE feed, and I'm going to turn that on, and we're going to listen and see how Bryce's day went. But once again, congrats to the Menzies Motorsports team. Looks like they have won a Baja 500. Obviously, we have to look at penalties and all that stuff and the trackers and VCPs, and that might take a day or two. Who knows, right? But unofficially, they're going to be your winner by about 7 minutes over Mike Walser, maybe even a little bit bigger by the time he gets to the finish. All right, so we'll see you guys back at 7 o'clock with your next Fishgistics update then. Stay tuned.